Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today is June 28th, 2024. I have an update for you guys. Yesterday, I shared a video called The Full Picture, which addressed this whole time frame from the beginning of the Great American Eclipses through the middle of the Great American Eclipses, the week of Hanukkah, December of 2020, this time frame of 1290 days, bringing us to June 20th, June 23rd, June 26th, and July 1st from these four events. And then we went on to talk about the 1,335 days, bringing us to August 4th, August 7th, August 10th, and August 14th and 15th. Okay, so this whole time frame is pretty incredible, but here is another piece of this information, and this is a huge piece of information from this beginning marker of the first Great American Eclipse to this ending date here of August 14th. August 15th, 2024, which is the 9th of Av, the day that the temples were destroyed. Both temples were destroyed on the 9th or the 10th of Av. August 14th, August 15th, 2024. From August 21st, 2017 to August 14th, 2024 is 2,550 days. 7 biblical years of 1,260 plus 1,290 days. 2,550 days, 7 biblical years, 1,260 plus 1,290 days. Another piece of information here that I want to share with you is that the number of days from eclipse to eclipse is 2,422 days. Remember, we had talked about 2,422 days, and then the middle day is 1,211 days, and Daniel 12:11. Daniel 12:11. 1,211 days. Here's the middle day from the day of the abomination, 1,290 days, and then we have the 1,335 days. But then, if we go to the Great American Eclipse of April 8th, 2024, from the first eclipse to the last eclipse, it's 2,422 days, and that leaves 128 days remaining to arrive at the 2,550. And I want to thank Genevieve Brazel for this information she sent to me yesterday in an email. She said she's been watching August 14th and 15th for some time now. I don't think she's done a video yet on it. I think she's going to be doing a video on it soon of what she's been seeing leading up to this time. But she brought to my attention yesterday that there's 128 days from the last eclipse to August 14th, and that this is a code we've been following for the last few months. And so she brought that to my attention, and then this is connected to everything else that I'm sharing here. 128 is the code we were watching going all the way back to October 28th, when Israel started their ground invasion of Gaza, and there was also a lunar eclipse on October 28th. And this kicked off a series of codes, a series of days and dates and events and codes that was connected to the number 128. 1028, October 28th, the beginning of the invasion of Gaza, 128. Then we had Leave the World Behind movie on December 8th, another 128. Then we had some events that were happening on January 28th, and we were watching 128. And then we had the Baltimore ship that hit the bridge, the Dolly cargo ship that hit the bridge in Baltimore at 1:28 a.m. We've been watching 128 Okay, I'm not going to get into all of that information again. That's not what I want to focus on, but I do want to just bring it to your attention that this 2,550 days is divided by, number one, it's the 7 biblical years of 1,260 plus 1,290 days. And then we have the Great American Eclipses of 2,422 days plus 128 days. So we have the 128 days included in this final date. A couple other things I want to share here is that when this eclipse happened, many people, including Mark Biltz and Jonathan Kahn and others, were talking about this eclipse as the sign of Jonah, because this happened on Elul 1, which was 40 days to the Day of Atonement. Elul 1 is the first day of the 6th month, and 40 days later is the Day of Atonement on the 10th day of the 7th month. And so this was a sign kind of at the beginning of this whole series of signs that was really connected to a biblical warning of a time frame. But then at the end of this, on August 14th, 15th, this is the 9th of Av and the 10th of Av, as I talked about in my video yesterday. If you haven't seen that, please take a look at that video, the full picture, giving us the full understanding from this whole time frame, starting on June 20th, going through August 15th. And this 9th of Av, 10th of Av has within it 2 time frames of warnings that happened before this leading up to. And the first thing is the 21 days of mourning that starts on the 17th of Tammuz that takes us to the 9th of Av or the 10th of Av. 21 days of mourning, just like the 21-day war in heaven, plus, or the 10 days of mourning that also are included in this from the first day of Av. They have an intensified 10 days of mourning. So within the 21 days, they also separate the 10 days, and both of those are connected to a 21-day war in heaven, 21 days of mourning, plus the 10 days of patience and the 10 days of mourning leading up to August 14th and August 15th. So this is a 7-year timeline, 1,260 plus 1,290 days. Included within it, it's the 128 days. Also included within it is the middle day of 12:11, and Daniel 12:11 shows us the calendar, shows us the time frame. Of course, my sign was on December 12th. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 days. Daniel 12:12, just like my sign was on 12:12. And this brings us to August 14th and 15th. But we still have within this a day that's coming up here in just a few days, June 30th to July 1st, where this day is going to be fulfilled. It looks like we have everything we need right now to understand this is a day that's going to be fulfilled. We don't know what this means. We don't know what this means. From the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away and the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 days. So within this whole time frame, this 1,290th day is marked. What does this mean? Will the days be shortened? See, there's so many things that we don't understand, but the Bible says unless those days were shortened, no man would be saved. So maybe there's something major that's going to be happening here. Maybe this is the rapture of the church. Or we may have to go through a 45-day period, not of wrath, but of intensified tribulation, which would be some type of nuclear bomb, some type of 9 or 10 on the Richter scale earthquake, some type of major event that I'm looking for here on June 30th or July 1st, or it could be the rapture of the church and the days are shortened and we're out of here on the 1290th day. But Either way, I think the wrath of God is going to be poured out on August 14th to 15th. This is going to be the full wrath of God. Or, for somehow, some reason, God may have the rapture here and the wrath being poured out here, and then for somehow, some way, this could all end on August 14th and 15th with the second coming of Christ on the 10th of Av. On the 10th of Av, 45 days of tribulation, of great tribulation, of wrath. Okay. Either way, we have a 7-year time frame. We can't discard the signs that we've already seen. We can't discard the biblical revelation of a 7-year time frame, and the abomination was set up in the middle, and now we're at the end. Do you see? Okay, so I mean, this is undeniable information. There are people who will just say, no, this can't be, this can't be, this can't be. And they're still denying that Obama's the Antichrist. They're still denying that the vaccine is the mark. And yet all of these things have happened. Now, the people who did not take this vaccine were losing their jobs. They couldn't travel. How many people took the vaccine just to go on a cruise? How many people took the vaccine just to get, to keep their job? How many people took the vaccine to be able to get on a plane, or to be able to cross a border, or to be able to get home to be with their family? How many people were forced into this psychologically because the threat was, if you don't have this, you won't work, you won't make money, you won't buy or sell, you won't survive. Okay, this was not 100% across the entire world as far as the levels of being mandatory, but across the world there was the COVID vaccine was global. The order was the World Health Organization, every country. The order was, everybody has to take this. Everybody needs to take this, and their promotion of it was getting as many people vaccinated as possible in the shortest amount of time. The warp speed vaccine, the war on the seed. I mean, if you guys think that Trump's the good guy, he's right in step with Obama and Netanyahu and everybody else. I mean, Netanyahu was the first one in Israel to get vaccinated, and he did it so that as quickly as possible everybody throughout Israel would get vaccinated. Within 2 weeks, 10% of the population was already vaccinated. They became the most vaccinated country in the world, as I showed yesterday on a number of news articles, that Israel was the most vaccinated country in the world. And so here's a 7-year time frame. The days of the wrath are going to be shortened. I mean, we're at the wrath. We're at the wrath, folks. The wrath of God is going to be poured out any day now. It could be June 30th or July 1st. It may be August 14th and 15th, and then this could take us to the Feast of Trumpets. From the wrath of God to the second coming of Christ at the Feast of Trumpets and the next eclipse. These are just some thoughts I wanted to share with you, get all of this information out. But here's a 7-year timeline. Here's the abomination in the middle. Here's the confirmations of the days, the number of days. We've got all of this. Now we're waiting for this event of June 30th, July 1st. Let's see what's going to be happening here over the next few days. I just wanted to share this new information with you guys. If you haven't seen my video from yesterday, make sure you watch it. I pray you are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.